Hi, my beautiful kings and queens. Welcome back to the Divine Creations podcast. So, kings and queens, your girl is back with another word today. So, I hear the Lord saying, God says, though they stand up against you, though they try to slander your name, I hear the Lord saying, God is saying that you shall continue to prevail. He says that you shall continue to rise again. God says that no man can dim your light. No man can take you from the blessing that God has placed upon you. I hear the Lord saying that you are about to overcome some things, overcome some heartaches that have been thrown your way. I hear the Lord saying in this season, God says that you are about to come out a new creation. He says, just like the Hebrew boys, when they was placed in that furnace, God says you're going to go through the storm. You're going to endure the trials. But God says when you overcome that thing, when you overcome those obstacles, I hear the Lord saying that you're not going to look like what you have been through. God says that the sin is not even going to be upon you. God says that you're going to come out a new person. So, kings and queens, I hear the Lord saying in this season, he says, though you are in the furnace, though you are withstanding the trials and tribulations, I hear the Lord saying, God says that you're about to come out of this thing. He says that you are about to come out of that pit that you were in, that low place that you have been in. God says that you are about to come out of that place, a new creation. God says that he has implanted that power upon you. He has implanted that courage within you. So I hear the Lord saying that you are about to come out of some things. I don't know what it is that you have been going through. I don't know what it is that the enemy has placed upon your mind. But God says that you are none of those things that you think about. All of those negative thoughts. I hear the Lord saying that you must condemn those thoughts right now. I hear the Lord saying that you must speak over your situation. He says you must speak over all things, all bad things that have been thrown your way. I hear the Lord saying that you are about to rise again. He says that you are about to come out of that sunken place, kings and queens. I don't know what it is that you are going through. I don't know what the enemy has been trying to consume your mind with, but I hear the Lord saying in this season, he says that you are about to rise up. You are that eagle. You are that chosen one. Do you not know that your Father had already preordained you before you even came into this world? You were already ordained. So that means that you have the oil. You have the power it takes to overcome that situation. So kings and queens, know who your Father is. Know who you serve. You serve the Almighty God. And God said that the righteous shall never be forsaken. Whatever trials that you are going through, God knew that you could withstand it. He says that he doesn't give us anything that we cannot bear. So I hear the Lord saying, God says that he saw you strong enough. He saw you fit enough to withstand the trial. So God says, even though the enemy attacks, he says that the enemy can only come but so far. The enemy can only touch but so much. God says in this season, he says, though the enemy may attack, though he may try to send his people after you, God says that the enemy has to come through him. And we all know that the enemy cannot be defeated. That we all know that God is the creator of all. So we know that anytime the enemy tries to stand up against God, he is slain. He is defeated like no other. So kings and queens, I hear the Lord saying that you are the chosen one. He says that you are about to come out of that place. You are about to come out of that sunken place. So Proverbs chapter 16 verse 7 says, when the Lord takes pleasure in anyone's way, he causes their enemies to make peace with them. God says when the Lord takes pleasure in anyone's way, he causes their enemies to make peace with them. So I hear the Lord saying in this season, God says that your enemies are about to try to come make peace with you. Your enemies are about to come apologize because God has put that on their heart. God has softened their heart towards you. He says that your enemies are about to become your footstool. God says that he's going to give them so much conviction in their spirit, that they're going to know that it was no one but him that placed that on their heart to help you. God says that your enemies are about to come in and help you. God says that he's about to soften their hearts. He says that he is about to give them the power to help you. God says that their heart wasn't right. Their mind was deceiving them. They wanted to hate you so bad because they seen the light that was in you. They saw the glory that God had placed upon you. But I hear the Lord saying, God says that he is softening your enemy's heart. God says that your enemies is about to be the one that is going to help you to the next level. He says, though they help you, he says that you must continue to keep that barrier between you all. But I hear the Lord saying, God says that he says that your enemies are about to come make peace with you. God said that they didn't know that it was the enemy that was using them. The enemy had got down in their spirit and tried to use them to get to you. But I hear the Lord saying, God says that he's about to take that spirit. He's about to condemn that spirit right out of them. And he says that once that happens, I hear the Lord saying that he says that some things are about to be released to you. He says that your enemies are about to try to come make peace with you. And I hear the Lord saying, when they come back into your life, when they try to rekindle that relationship, I hear the Lord saying, he says that you must not push them away because it was the enemy that was working in them. It was the demonic spirit that was working through them. Sorry, guys. But it was that demonic spirit that was working in them. So I hear the Lord saying in this season, God says that your enemies are going to they're going to come and try to help you. So I hear the Lord saying, God says that you must accept their help. God says that he is softening their hearts. I hear the Lord saying that you must not harden your heart to them, but you must forgive them just as though our Father forgives us. God said, though they threw dirt on your name, though they tried to slander you, though they tried to hinder you from your destiny, God says that you must forgive them. Forgive them from all the heartache that they have caused upon you. Forgive them for all the trauma that they have placed on you. I hear the Lord saying that God says that some of your family members, they're going to try to come back and rekindle that relationship with you. I hear the Lord saying that you must accept their apologies. I hear the Lord saying that God is about to make your enemies make peace with you. So kings and queens, I don't know who that word was for, but I hear the Lord saying when that person comes back into your life, I hear the Lord saying you must accept their apology and you must move forward because you cannot take out the speck in your brother's eye when there is a log in your eye. So kings and queens, accept their apologies and move forward because that very person, God might make them able to help you. God might give that person a prophetic release to give to you. So kings and queens, stand strong and know who you serve. Know that God is your creator, and he says that he's about to send some people back into your life and you must accept them back into your life. I'm not saying that you should rekindle that relationship fully, but I hear the Lord saying that might be the person that he's going to lead to you to help you out of that sunken place. So I love you all so much, kings and queens. And like I always say, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that you can be notified every single time I drop a new word. So I love you all so much, kings and queens. And I will be seeing you all tomorrow's video. Bye, my kings and queens.